Guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to be doing a tutorial for those who are completely at the beginning stages of doing makeup. I want to keep this compressed to about 5 or 6 makeup items and just make it very simple, because a lot of times if you're starting out on makeup, you know, if you're 16, 26, 36, 46, it doesn't matter. Sometimes doing makeup can be overwhelming. Sometimes when I'm writing the makeup that I've used in my description box, I'm like, man, those are a lot of products. So I can imagine being a first timer and you're looking at all of these products and you just like, I don't know what goes, what order to use. Like, it can become very overwhelming. The fun thing is makeup is very subjective, so it's not about what's right, what's wrong. It's about what you like and what you feel comfortable in. So the whole premise of this is just to be confident in what you're wearing. You want to be able to put your makeup on at home and then feel confident wearing that same makeup out of the house, because sometimes we'll just practice but we won't necessarily wear that out of the house because we're not comfortable with it. So I want to really try to keep this video short, but I really want to be precise and just kind of explaining and showing you some of the products that I use. Also, you'll find that everything that I'm using here today, you will be able to find in places like Walgreens, CVS, Target, Walmart, things like that. I didn't want to use anything that you would have to order online and then wait a couple of days for it to get delivered. So these things, you'll be able to walk right into your store and find them right away. I just realized I have my glasses on. Sorry about that. But yeah, so we'll just get started, and what I'm going to do is make sure that I'm holding up the products and explain to you what they are and how I use them and why I personally like them. So if you are looking to see how you can build your makeup kit from scratch, then stay tuned. So for me, the first thing that I normally do when I'm doing my face is I'll start with my eyebrows first. And I'm using the Revlon Colorstay brow pencil, and this is in the color dark brown. And there is a spoolie on the side. I like this because it's double-ended, because I'm able to get that product and I'm able to brush it through my eyebrows. So that's why I particularly like this kind, or any eyebrow pencil that has a spoolie on the end. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do my eyebrows. I don't like to use jet black, so when I'm doing my brows, I will always choose a color that is slightly lighter than my hair color. And this does not have to be extremely precise. You're just trying to fill them in, especially if this is for every day. Just fill it in. And as you're going, you can just drag that product through your brow. So the next thing that I like to use a concealer to go in and sharpen underneath my eyebrow, and it just really makes it look very crisp and just very well put together. And for that, I am using the Maybelline Superstay Full Coverage Under Eye Concealer. And this is in the shade Warm Olive 52. So it looks like that. One of the reasons why I like this particular color is that, well, not this color, but rather this brand, is that it's very easy to blend out. So I'm just going to take a flat concealer brush and go right under my brows with it. As a tip too, if you don't like to use concealer under your brow, you can actually use your foundation. Sometimes this makeup thing can be so overwhelming. And I learned the same way you guys are, just by sitting down, plugging in YouTube, and I just started watching people. That is exactly how I learned. Practice, I know it sounds so cliche, but practice really does make perfect. We're not going to even get into false lashes. But nope, not gonna get into that because that's just a whole nother video that I have already recorded, and I'll link the card if you're interested in watching. I also like to go in and kind of pull this way so that it doesn't look so square and boxy up front. Just kind of soften it up. I'm just slinging stuff. Harsh line. I don't want the harsh line there. Okay, so that is where we are so far. So that's 2 products so far, right? All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is go in with a setting powder, and I am using the Maybelline FitMe finishing powder, and this is in the color 35, which is deep. This is pretty much my skin tone. So I like to use this to set. So that's that. And next, I'm going to go in with the Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. I have huge pores, so I like to go in with something that's going to kind of make those smaller. It's clear, you can barely see it on my hand, and I just put it in my T-zone, which is this area here. And this is the area that for a lot of people tends to start to get oily first, or the makeup will start to crack and break down in those areas. You know, sometimes you gotta just like powder and pat. That's usually the area where that will happen. Okay, so got that on. Then I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless, and I am in the color 355. So obviously when I put this on my face, it's gonna look much lighter than my face. That's because I match my foundation to my chest. So I'm gonna go ahead. I also, if I hadn't mentioned, I do have oily skin, which is why I like this particular brand, because it is for matte. It's matte for oily skin. The only thing I don't like about it is that it doesn't have a pump. That's very annoying. So I'm gonna go in, and here I'm just pouring it on the back of my hand, like so. I'm gonna get a brush. I'll go in and I'll just start dotting. And you can see how it kind of matches my neck and not my face. Just as a quick tip, oh, come on my lip. This is dangerous. I always try to blend my foundation from the middle of my face out, and this helps to achieve a even finish. And if you want more coverage, then you just put more on. I really hope this is able to help some people, because like I said, I know it can be completely overwhelming. And I think a lot of times when we're doing like these makeup looks, we sometimes forget some of the basics. So you may watch a person do all these things with their makeup, but it's like, I don't know where to even begin to even start to try to copy that look. So this is like, if you're just, you know, nice going out or going to work, going to school. Like, you can wear this look pretty much anywhere. Just want to make sure you blend it down. Make sure you don't forget your hairline. And I always like to go in with a beauty sponge, and this is damp. I did run it under some water, and I like to just go in and just pat over it. Sometimes if you let it sit too long, it'll start to dry out. But yeah, I like to do that. So now I got a really pretty flawless base so far. So next thing we're gonna do is use some concealer again, and I'm going in with that same one. And again, I said I like this because it's easy to blend out. Now concealers, if you have dark circles, then obviously concealers are going to be a must. But if you don't have dark circles, because I don't have dark circles, you can use this to create dimension in your face. That is one of the big mistakes that a lot of people will do. They'll just put foundation on, thinking that it's okay, and then put powder over it, and that's it. And their face looks so flat, like they land in a casket or something. And ugh, who wants to look like that, right? It's just like, you need dimension in your face. You need to create some light and some shadows. And you can create light by adding concealer / highlighter to your face, because it's gonna bring those features forward. And then when you start to add shadows, like with contouring or even blush, then you're gonna be creating depth. So those things are gonna sink in, like if you wanna sink your face in, if your jawline fuller, you know, this fully got a double chin or something like that, you can kind of put some powder over there and just kind of make the illusion that you're on keto or something like that. So anyway, you guys will see what I'm talking about as I keep going. But yeah, so now I'm going to use concealer, and this is usually 2 to 3 shades lighter than your actual skin tone, and sometimes it can be a little scary, but you want to make sure that you're getting under there really good. I know it's scary, and this is the places that are typical of putting concealer: under the eye, and the bridge of the nose, and then on the forehead. Again, you want to make sure that your sponge is damp so that you can go in and start to blend it out. Yeah, this is a great concealer for beginners, because sometimes concealers can get very dry and can become a nightmare to blend out. And this is not that. This is not that. So far, that's where we are now. So got a little dimension there. You want to make sure you blend it all the way out. So the next thing that I really like to use is the Black Radiance Contour Palette. And it looks like this. So you have a contour shade. You can see I've hit pan on this because I do use it a lot. So you've got a contour shade, you've got a highlighting shade, and you will highlight and then sculpting. So you can actually use this up underneath your eyes if you want to, because it is a little lighter. But for me, I use a separate powder for that. So I'm going to show you how I go about using this contour shade. Find a brush. So I'll just go ahead and dab and go right up under my cheek, brushing forward. And you can make this as light or as dark as you like. Already you can see what I'm talking about. And you're going to do this around your hairline. That double chin we was talking about, gone, gone. You can use it as blush if you like. But the point is to get that in there so that you can create some depth. You can even use it on your nose. So you can always take it here and just kind of get that right in there. Again, creating dimension. Same palette. And then this shade here, you can just take your finger and just add that to your lid if you like. When I say simple, I really want to make this completely doable. If you want to spice it up, go into the highlighting shade. Add that. That's a whole look. That is a whole look, right? So now that we've got that done, we want to go ahead and set everything. So anytime you put cream or liquid or anything like that on your face, you want to go set it with the powder, and that kind of like cements everything into place for you. So for me, I am going to go in with a different setting powder. And again, you don't have to do that. You can always use the same, but it still is by Maybelline. It's just a lighter colored powder. Also, everything that I'm using here, I will add it into the description box below. Go in with that. And I know it's lighter, I don't let it sit too long, because the goal of this is to set your face, and I don't want to set it where it's just that intense. So I literally will just go in and take it right back off and brush that away. That's relatively fast. Then you can also go in with a bigger fluffy brush like this, and then use a powder like we used at first, the darker color, and then set it all over your face to really set everything. Next thing I'm going to do is go in with some mascara. Maybelline. This is the Maybelline Great Lash. Maybelline has a great line. I'm not even gonna lie. They do. And add that on. Like, I think this is turning out so pretty. And you can put like 2 and 3 coats of this on. Also, what I like to do is add some highlight, and I'm going to go back into that same palette, this one here, and use that highlighting shade that we put on our eyelids. So let me find a little brush. Go in with this. Start to add that on. It's really pretty. You can use a fluffy brush for this and literally blend it on your cheek. And then you could take this and also put it down the bridge of your nose. Put it here, lip. It's a really soft highlight. It's not like bling, so it's just enough. If you turn, your face will like catch the light. It'll catch the light. All right. I'm gonna finish this off with some lipstick, and of course it's Maybelline. This is the Maybelline. What is this? Lipstick in Ruby Red. No. Ruby for me, it's in the shade 385. I also did a video on this. This lipstick here, this is, what line is this? The Colorsensational line. I like this line because it is very flattering to every single skin tone. Light, medium, deep, dark, like I don't care what shade you are, you're gonna be able to put this on and it's gonna work for you. And you don't need a, you won't need a lip pencil either. So let's go ahead and put it on. So pretty. Oh, that is such a pretty red, like such a pretty red. Okay guys, I'm gonna try to fix my wig and then I will be right back. Yeah, this is a really soft look. Eyebrows, I mean, I didn't put any eyeliner or anything. I just wanted to keep it really fresh and simple. Yeah, so we used, what do we use? Eyebrow pencil, powder, concealer, contour palette, lipstick. This is why I do voiceovers. Lipstick and powder. So I believe that was around 6 products. Like I said before, I will link everything below. So yeah, as always, thank you guys for coming to my channel. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Are lips still on teeth? Oh, okay. I think I need to get a new one of these wigs because it's starting to look kind of ratty. And like this side is curly within this side. My lips look big.